Ever thought about going back in time and changing something? Imagine trying to stop your grandfather's marriage. What would that mean for your existence? Welcome to the grandfather paradox, a mind-bending puzzle that throws a wrench into our understanding of time travel. Picture this. You've managed to invent a time machine. You decide to make a daring journey back in time with a singular mission, to prevent your grandfather's marriage. But wait, if you succeed, your grandfather never marries your grandmother and your parent is never born. Following that chain of events, you are never born. But here's where things start to get a little weird. If you were never born, how could you have existed to make that trip back in time in the first place? And if you didn't exist to make the trip, then your grandfather's marriage was never interrupted, which means you were born after all. It's a circular chain of events, a loop with no beginning or end. This is the crux of the grandfather paradox, a logical inconsistency that leaves us scratching our heads. This paradox is not just a puzzle for science fiction enthusiasts. It's a serious problem that challenges our understanding of cause and effect, the fundamental principle that underpins our perception of reality. If an action in the past can affect the present, then what does that say about the nature of time? Is it linear as we experience it, or could it be more complex, perhaps even non-linear? The grandfather paradox forces us to question our assumptions about time and reality. It's a conundrum that keeps philosophers and scientists up at night, fueling a lively debate that straddles the line between science and philosophy. The paradox also presents a major hurdle for the concept of time travel. If such logical inconsistencies exist, can time travel ever truly be possible? Or are these paradoxes clues that time travel is nothing more than a tantalizing idea confined to the realm of science fiction? So, if this paradox exists, how can time travel be possible? Stay tuned as we delve deeper into this fascinating topic. Let's delve into the realm of Einstein's theory of relativity to understand the possibilities of time travel. At its core, the theory of relativity is a fundamental pillar of modern physics. It's a concept that challenges our perceptions of time and space, asserting that these are not separate entities but are, in fact, intertwined in a four-dimensional fabric known as space-time. Imagine space-time as a giant rubber sheet. When a massive object, like a star or a planet, sits on this sheet, it creates a dent much like a bowling ball would on a trampoline. This dent is what we perceive as gravity. Now this is where things get interesting. The deeper the dent, the slower time moves. This is a phenomenon known as gravitational time dilation. Still with me? Good. Now let's talk about time dilation. It's a mind-bending concept that suggests that time can run at different rates depending on the strength of the gravitational field or the speed at which one is moving. In other words, the stronger the gravity or the faster the speed, the slower time appears to pass. This means that if you were to orbit a massive star or travel near the speed of light, you could theoretically return to Earth in the future. But remember, this isn't about hopping in a DeLorean and punching in a future date. This is real-world physics, and such a journey would require unimaginable amounts of energy and technological prowess. So we've explored the possibility of moving forward in time, underpinned by Einstein's theory, but what about going back in time? That's where things get a bit more complex. While time dilation might allow for a journey into the future, traveling back in time introduces more sophisticated concepts. This is where we venture into the realm of closed, timelike curves and wormholes, ideas that might enable retrograde time voyages. But what exactly are these concepts? Well, let's start with closed timelike curves, or CTCs for short. These are essentially paths in space-time that loop back on themselves. Picture a river that, instead of flowing from point A to point B, curves around and meets itself again. Now, if you were a tiny boat traveling along this river, you would eventually end up back where you started. In the context of time, this could mean that at some point, you'd return to a moment in your past. However, this concept is not without its critics. Some argue that CTCs, if they exist, could give rise to paradoxes, much like our earlier example of the grandfather paradox. But others propose that the universe might have a way to prevent such inconsistencies, a concept known as the Novikov self-consistency principle. Now, let's shift our focus to wormholes. These hypothetical structures connect two distinct points in space-time, much like a shortcut. If you've ever folded a piece of paper and pushed a pencil through it, you've got a basic idea of how a wormhole works. In theory, a wormhole could connect not just two different places, but also two different times. However, like CTCs, wormholes remain purely theoretical. Even if they do exist, they might be unstable or too small for anything meaningful to pass through. And yet, despite these challenges, the potential implications of wormholes for time travel make them a fascinating subject of study. So, while we don't fully understand how to navigate the waters of time, the journey to unravel these mysteries continues. Despite the paradoxes and conundrums, the possibility of retrograde time travel continues to captivate our curiosity, pushing us to explore the uncharted territories of the universe and the nature of time itself. Scientists and philosophers alike are captivated by these paradoxes, striving to find a comprehensive resolution. We've journeyed through the peculiarities of the grandfather paradox, delved into the depths of Einstein's theory of relativity, and explored the tantalizing possibilities of retrograde time travel. Yet we find ourselves standing on the precipice of the unknown. Time travel, particularly its backward variant, remains largely in the realm of conjecture. It's a concept that tests the very fabric of our understanding of cause and effect, of time and space. The paradoxes it presents are complex, confounding, and for now unresolved. These mysteries, however, don't deter us. On the contrary, they fuel our curiosity and drive our quest for knowledge. The allure of time travel, the intrigue of its paradoxes, and the potential it holds keep it firmly in the crosshairs of scientific inquiry and philosophical debate. While the enigma of time travel continues to fascinate us, it's clear that unraveling its mysteries will require a deeper understanding of the universe and our place in it.